What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the January 2023 Great Plains International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a very exciting Great Plains update in store for you guys. We have so many various aircraft movements, new routes, new ramps, and all kinds of new stuff. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's get started, everybody. Like I said, we have a massive update in store for you guys today. I am super excited to dive into this. We have so many aircraft here, as you guys can see, just a plethora of items to go through in today's video. Really hope you guys are excited for today, and I am so excited to get into this. So without any further delay, let's get started, everybody. We're going to start over here with the Alpha Concourse over here at the satellite at the Costello terminal. We'll begin pushing back right here. We have the American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER in the One World livery. This guy's currently pushed back with a non-stop service today out to Madrid. This guy came in earlier today from Rome. Really nice services right there, and the 777's been a workhorse here at Great Plains thus far. Next in line right here, we have the Chrome 777-200ER. This guy made a non-stop service in from the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport earlier today. And this guy's actually continuing out to Sao Paulo in South America. Really glad to get that route in there today, and a nice new service there for American. I think 3 weekly 777s, so really nice effort right there from American. Here's the Boeing 787-8 for American Airlines. This guy's currently loading up with a non-stop service today. This guy's heading out to Paris, France today. This guy came in earlier today from Helsinki. Really nice flight right there. Glad to see American going really strong on those services. And then following that, we have the Airbus A330-200. This guy came in earlier today from the Charlotte Dulles International Airport. And this guy's actually flying out to San Del Cabo, very popular destination during this time of the year. And America thought that this upgrade would be applicable for this situation. So that is currently what he's doing right there. We have an American Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-80. This guy's currently coming in from Chicago O'Hare today, and this guy's continuing out to Austin, Texas. And we're getting to see all kinds of American Airlines planes today. I love to see it. Here's the A319 with Sharklets. This is the previous release. This guy's coming in from Miami and continuing out to Washington National. Airbus A321 loading up with the nonstop out to Phoenix today. This guy came in from Nashville, Tennessee. A nice upgrade there. And here's the Boeing 727-200. So glad to finally have this model, and I'm really excited as the Retro Tulsa Model Airport project should be getting kicked off anytime now. But nevertheless, this 727 is currently coming in from Atlanta today, and this guy's continuing out to St. Louis. Very nice, pretty fitting. This American Airlines Airbus A320 is currently loading up with a non-stop service today out to Philadelphia, and this guy came in from Austin, Texas. And then we have this Airbus A321. This guy's coming in from Sacramento today, and this guy's continuing over to Tulsa. Nice upgrade. American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER is currently loading up with a non-stop service today. This guy's heading out to Seattle Tacoma International, and this guy came in earlier today from Houston, George Bush. Really nice flight right there. And here's an American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy's currently taxiing in after a non-stop flight today in from Denver. He's continuing out to Harry Reid or Las Vegas. Let's see if I can get around here. I have several items in my way, but I somehow made it through. Very nice. And here we go with our landside terminal for our Eagle aircraft. Let's get started right here with this Embraer ERJ-175 on behalf of Republic. Republic's really grown in this universe, which is nice to see. This guy's currently coming in from Sacramento today. Yeah, Sacramento, sorry. And this guy's continuing out to Will Rogers World Airport in Oklahoma City. Here we have the Embraer ERJ-170. This is on the behalf of Envoy Air, as they're still kicking too. This guy came in earlier today from Jacksonville, and this guy's continuing out to Columbus, Ohio. Here we have PSA CRJ-900. This guy's coming in from Panama City, and this guy's heading back out to Florida. This guy's continuing over to Fort Myers. Here we have the CRJ-700. This guy's loading up for SkyWest. This guy came in earlier today from Tyler, Texas, and this guy's continuing back out to Texas, service out to Corpus Christi. Here we have the CRJ-200. This guy's going to be on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines as well today. This guy came in earlier today from Detroit, Wayne County Metro Airport. This guy's continuing today over to, this guy's going to be heading over to Boston. Very long flight, but that's where he's going on that morning service. Here's another CRJ-700. Republic also picked up a couple of CRJ-700s to save some money, so you love to see it. This guy, keep in mind this is a fictional airport, guys, just to clarify. They wouldn't probably do that in real life, but just for fun, we got him picking up some CRJ-700s. This guy came in from Houston Hobby, which is a cool route for American. I think that's going to be a good one. This guy's going to be continuing today over to Champaign, Illinois. Here we have the old color CRJ-700. This is a heritage in our land. This guy made the nonstop service today in from Omaha, and this guy's continuing today out to Bismarck. SkyWest CRJ-700. This guy made the nonstop service earlier today in from a new destination in Midland, Texas, and this guy's continuing out to had it on the tip of my tongue. I apologize. It was dang it, I can't believe I lost it. West Palm Beach, there we go. Here's a Republic CRJ-900 as they picked those up in the last update. This guy's coming in today from San Diego, and this guy's heading out to, long flight, yes, but another morning flight. We have quite a few RJs in the morning on some of those. Nevertheless, out to Norfolk. Here we have Envoy Embraer ERJ-170. This guy came in earlier today from Colorado Springs and continuing out to Salt Lake City, Utah. Embraer ERJ-145 on the behalf of Piedmont. This guy came in earlier today from Savannah and continuing out to Providence. and a I think they called this BCA, breast cancer awareness. McCauley 145. This guy made the non-stop service earlier today in from Vancouver. I'm sorry, that's way too far. Toronto. That was the Canadian city I was looking for. And this guy's continuing on new service for American to Edmonton, competing directly against WestJets. Very nice. Lastly, we have the CRD-200. This guy's taxing out for a non-stop flight today out to. This guy's going to be having service over to. Sorry, I lost it. Boise. And this guy came in earlier today from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. United Airlines Boeing 757-300 taxiing to a imaginary part of the ramp. I hope to build it soon, but I need to get another fold-up table. This guy's actually going to be a Kansas City Chiefs charter. This guy came in earlier today from Glendale, Arizona, also known as the Phoenix Skyharbor International Airport for their Arizona Cardinals charter. Fictional charter, pretty cool. We'll see how we can integrate fascinating elements like that going into the future. American Airlines Airbus A321neos taxiing out with the nonstop service out to Skyley's Airport after making a service in from Reno, Tahoe. We'll get some of these taxiing aircraft since we got some really nice lighting. So you know which, here we go on the United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. This guy's taxiing out for a nonstop flight out to Washington Dulles, and this guy came in earlier today from Fort Lauderdale in Florida. American Airlines McDonnell MD-80 is currently loading up right here in all of its glory. This guy has a nonstop service out to Dallas Fort Worth today, and this guy came in earlier today from the Miami International Airport, MIA. This beautiful American Airlines Dreamliner is a Boeing 787-9. This guy came in from Skyley's Airport as well. And this guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to, what's the funnest destination? Let's go with Los Angeles. I think that's pretty applicable for Americans' operations. This American Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the chrome livery. It looks like it went macro mode on my camera. Sorry about that. This guy made the nonstop service today in from San Diego as well. And this guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to, let's send this guy out to Portland. It's a pretty solid service for him. Sorry, I was getting my lens back. There we go. Various American Airlines aircraft make up the section over here on the other side of the satellite concourse. We'll begin right here with this American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy's currently loading up for a nonstop service today out to San Antonio, and this guy came in earlier today from Orlando. Here's a Jet Flagship Retro. Sorry about that. I wish that camera lens was a little bit less sensitive. Boeing 757-200. This guy's currently loading up. Actually, with the L1 door. How about that? This guy's currently making the nonstop service today in from. Let's say this guy's making the service today in from. I think Miami's also pretty applicable for him. This guy's going to be continuing today over to Chicago O'Hare. There is a One World 737-800. Ignore these Southwest stickers, by the way. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to peel them off because I like them a bunch, but I'll probably end up peeling them off. And try to get some new gates, of course, too. This guy's making the nonstop service in from Dallas as well. Several Dallas flights. I think we have 15 daily at this point. This guy's continuing out to New Orleans. And there's the America West Airbus A319. I like that transition much better. This guy's coming in from Las Vegas Harry Reid as well and continuing over to Pittsburgh. The lighting is really good over here, and this lineup shot looks pretty cool, so I'll round out the concourse from here. Here we have the standard Cancer Airbus A321. This guy's taxiing into the gate after a nonstop flight today in from Los Angeles as well. This guy's going to have the continuing service today over to, I think Vancouver makes a ton of sense for him, so he's heading out to Vancouver. Also, to clarify, I'm not sure what you guys said in the previous update about this, but I want to iterate it one more time, and then I'll get to read all the comments about it and see what you guys think. I'm thinking for every 4 gates in some of the concourses like this one, we could have an international customs facility so international planes could park at any gate, or maybe it would be better sophisticated, but it does kind of help for the updates. So let me know where you guys think I should do with the customs. If you guys think, like what I was saying was we could have one custom facility for all 5 of those gates, like in centralized, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys think about that idea. Nevertheless, an American Airlines Boeing 737-800 is loading up with the nonstop out to New York LaGuardia today. This guy came in earlier today from Washington Dulles. We have an Airbus A321neo loading up for a nonstop service at the Phoenix Skyharbor today. And this guy came in earlier today from, I think it's a little out of range. So we're just going to say he's heading out to Los Angeles and then over to Kahului. A little far for that aircraft, but still looking good. There is a Mad Dog hanging out there in the middle. This guy came in earlier today from Dallas Fort Worth as well. And this guy's having a continuing service today out to Boston Logan. We got the Medal of Honor Airbus A321 about halfway down in there. This guy's making the nonstop flight today in from, let's say Nashville for him as well. Double daily through 21s to RJ. And this guy came in earlier today from, dang it, I lost. I'm sorry, guys. Washington National. Then we have a few more down there. We have a 737-800 with the logo on the winglet. This guy's coming in today from San Jose, and we'll continue today out to Palm Springs. A Boeing 757-200 made the nonstop flight in from Eagleville earlier and continuing out to Jackson Hole. Then we have our 2 Alaska aircrafts. The 737 MAX 9 is coming in from Skyley's Airport and continuing out to Seattle. If you guys don't know, Skyley's Airport is in the Caribbean, so that would make sense. It comes through Kansas City to get there. And lastly, we have Embraer 175 down there at the edge. This guy's making a new nonstop for us, San Jose. They are the first airline to serve San Jose. We'd have multiple to San Francisco Francisco, but none in San Jose, which is a nice option for a little bit less congested of an area. This guy came in earlier today from San Diego, California. Very nice. Let's start over here with the south side of B, since we have some interesting lighting. I'm going to say that, but it looks kind of nice, I would say. We'll start right here with the United Airlines Airbus A319. This guy's making the nonstop flight today in from Los Angeles. This guy's going to have the continuing service today. I need to stop saying Los Angeles for United because I've seen like 15 757s there. So we'll say Los Angeles, one exception there, and this guy came in earlier today from Denver. This Boeing 787-9 made a nonstop service in from Newark and continuing out to San Francisco. Really cool middle legger there while he's on his way, so that's pretty sweet. And then we have three beautiful United Airlines mainline airplanes, the Airbus A319s loading up for Orlando, and this guy came in earlier today from Tampa. The Boeing 737-900 came in earlier from San Diego, and this guy's continuing at the Houston George Bush. And we have a Boeing 757-200 loading up. This guy's making the nonstop service today out to San Diego. This guy came in, or I already said that, I'm sorry. Let's go with Miami for him. And this guy's gonna have the continuing flight today out to Chicago O'Hare. Really exciting news here at Great Plains. Terminal B is actually getting an extension. So Terminal B is going to be expanded by approximately 10 gates. Terminal B is going to extend from right there, and it's supposed to come up to about right here is where the new development is as of right now. They're currently working on this side of the apron, so what they're doing is renovating the inside to where they're going to expand it. So they're in the early stages, but they hope to have this side complete over here, and then they're going to start renovating over here to expand the width. It's not necessarily that the inside is dated or anything, they just want to expand it because there's going to be so many more passengers, because we're going to have several more mainline gates. I believe they're trying to add 4 or 5 mainline gates, which would be pretty impressive. The interesting catch though is these are not United bidding yet. United's trying to bid on them, but there are a couple other low-cost carriers that are attempting to bid on them. I think that even a couple carriers, including I believe Breeze is trying to bid over here. I think Frontier is trying to get a couple gates. So it's going to be very interesting to see who ends up winning the bid on those gates. We will have a more definitive answer about that in the future, but feel free to let me know who you guys think should park there. It'll be interesting, but those are going to be mainline gates, and it's looking like United's going to take the cake on the regional jet gates. So what they're going to do is have more regional jets over here. It's going to be helpful to have regional jets so that this taxiway doesn't get any more congested. So they're looking to be just regionals. Delta's bidded on a couple gates, so maybe they'll get 1 or 2 down here, but I think Delta's going to keep consolidated. So it's really exciting though, and they're currently going to work on that. So hopefully we'll have an update on that in the next update, which is very exciting. And it's going to be very interesting to see who parks there. So I'm really eager to see it. Let me know what you guys think, but I'm very excited for it at the very least. So with that, United only has 5 regional jet gates right now, which has been very tough for their operation. They've had to move a couple of flights up the main line. Has been one solution, which I think has worked pretty well for them. But they've also had to decrease some frequencies. They haven't cut anything because most of the routes out of here do very well, but they have had to make some adjustments. So let's start here with the commuter Embraer EasyJet 145. This guy's taxiing in after a nonstop flight in from Cleveland today. This guy's continuing today over to Northwest Arkansas Airport, Fayetteville. We have a Bombardier Acer 200 or Mitsubishi, whichever one you'd like to call it, in the Evo colors. This guy's making a nonstop SkyWest service today in from, I'm sorry, I lost it, my bad. Dallas-Fort Worth, yes, Dallas-Fort Worth, and this guy's continuing today over to Little Rock. We have CRJ-550. This guy made the nonstop service today earlier in from Richmond, and this guy's having a continuing flight today out to Syracuse. And 2 Embraer EasyJet-175. So we'll begin with the Continental Globe on the bottom of your screen. That's the SkyWest aircraft. This guy made the nonstop flight today in from Austin, Texas, and this guy's having a continuing flight today out to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And there's Evo Embraer EasyJet-175. This guy's also on behalf of Mesa, actually, this time around. This guy has the jet bridge attached, and he's currently making the other one. Obviously, I need to get more gates. That's the problem, but let's just say, hypothetically, he needs an air stair there. And then we have the Embraer EasyJet-175. Like I was saying, this guy's got the jet bridge attached. And this guy's going to be attempting to make a nonstop service today out to Colorado Springs, and this guy came in earlier today from the likes of I'm trying to get some more northeast cities. I know I've been more centralized. Let me see if I can expand a little bit. Let's go with Melbourne, Florida. That is not a northeast city, but first one that came to mind, so there we go. We'll get the taxiing aircraft back when we come over here in a moment. Sorry, let's get the camera, lens, the change seat. 2X looks great, 3X. Stop changing, please stop. Let's see if we could do, stop changing. I wish you could change it through like focus or like completely just turn it off, because as you guys see, so much wackier compared to this. Well, let's just go with this view. It's a nice wide view anyways. So we have 2 Continental Globes and 2 Evos. 737 MAX is currently making a nonstop flight today in from Houston as well. This guy's continuing out to Newark. We have a 737-800. This guy came in from San Diego, and this guy's continuing out to Tampa. A 737-800 Evo. This guy's coming in from Seattle and continuing out to Boston. And a 737-700. This guy came in earlier today from New Orleans. And this guy's continuing today out to Grand Rapids. Nice flight right there. That's pretty impressive. And two more 737s of sorts. We have a 900ER. This guy came in earlier today from, let's see here. Let's say Orlando for him as well. And then this guy's continuing out to Chicago O'Hare. And we have 737 MAX 9. This guy came in earlier today from Palm Springs, which is a pretty impressive flight. And this guy's continuing today over to Charlotte, which is a pretty impressive flight right there for him as well. Yes, there is a WestJet plane right there. So WestJet actually is using a couple of United Gates in relief because they've tried to expand really heavily during the season. Kansas City's not an elite tourist destination in terms of its temperature during this time of the year, but people are still wanting to come here and they're trying to connect onto United flights to get to Florida and everything. While WestJet has several nonstop options, I think they preferred the flexibility of the United schedule. And I think they're also getting some really good sales in United, which is pretty rare to say the least. So glad to see that WestJet's utilizing the gate right here. As we have their Boeing 737-700. This guy's kind of making the nonstop flight today in from Edmonton, and this guy's continuing over to Calgary today. And we have a United Embraer EasyJet 175. This guy's coming in from Vancouver today. This guy's continuing out to the southeast, nonstop service out to Pensacola. And a Delta Connection Embraer EasyJet 170 on the behalf of Republic Airways. This guy came in earlier today from Traverse City. And this guy's continuing today out to Boise, Idaho. I feel like that's a pretty solid route there for Delta. So I'll transition to the other side since it's pretty hard to see over here, and we'll keep knocking out the aircraft over there. Let's do it, everybody. Alrighty, here we go. Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Sky Team livery is currently coming in today from Minneapolis, and this guy's continuing today out to New York John F. Kennedy. This Boeing 757-200 is actually coming in from New York LaGuardia, pretty impressive, and this guy's continuing out to Washington Reagan, which you love to see it. Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 is taxiing out for a nonstop flight today out to Salt Lake City. This guy came in earlier today from Portland. CRJ-200 is currently coming in from Milwaukee, and this guy's continuing out to Tulsa. New route, love to see it. CRJ-700 is currently coming in today. This guy's making the service in from Providence and continuing out to Birmingham. And this CRJ-700 is coming in from Indianapolis and continuing out to Columbus. This Delta Airlines Airbus A321 is currently loading up with a nonstop service today out to Los Angeles. And this guy came in earlier today from Raleigh-Durham. Delta Airlines Boeing 777-300 loading up for a nonstop flight out to San Diego. And this guy came in earlier today from the likes of Atlanta. We do have an American Airlines Airbus A319 subconsciously taxiing over here. This guy's out to Mexico City today, and this guy came in earlier today from Boston Logan. Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900 is currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to Palm Springs, and this guy came in earlier today from Fresno, California. Really nice new winter seasonal service for Delta. On the 737-900 too. This is Embraer EasyJet 145 from Americans on the behalf of Envoy. This guy's taxiing out for the nonstop flight out to Stillwater, Oklahoma today. This guy came in earlier today from Wichita, Kansas. UPS Boeing 767-300 taxiing out for the nonstop out to Ontario today, and this guy came in earlier today from Los Angeles. And this Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 is loading up for a nonstop flight today out to Seattle, Tacoma. This guy came in earlier today from Fort Lauderdale. Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300 is loading up for the Paris Charles de Gaulle nonstop, which you love to see it. We'll see if Air France ever comes in here and compliments them, but Delta's holding the fort down pretty well right now, so I think we're in good shape. So you love to see it right there. Delta Airlines Airbus A321neo is currently loading up nonstop with passengers. This guy's going to have the flight out to Boston Logan today after coming in earlier today from San Francisco. Delta Airlines Airbus A319 is loading up over here. This guy's making the nonstop flight in from West Palm Beach, and this guy's going to have the continuing service day out to Phoenix. Delta Airlines Boeing 717 is pushing back with the nonstop flight out to Atlanta today. This guy came in earlier today, excuse me, I cannot talk, from Las Vegas Tara Reid. That's a pretty long flight for that, but you love to see it. And Delta Airbus A220-100 is currently loading up for Detroit. This guy came in earlier today from Dallas. And the CRJ-900 came in from Cincinnati, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to let's go with Jacksonville. That's a cool little Delta operation, so that's pretty sweet. So Terminal B is looking really good. I'm liking the progression. I'm really eager to see what happens with the expansion. The Delta Lounge has also been going really good in here. They're trying to get new amenities in here, but they're not looking to renovate it quite yet. It's not dated or anything. They're just looking for additional amenities and try to be a little bit more efficient. They're also looking to raise the roofs and maybe add some skylighting and different items like that. But one will have to see how that turns out. So I'm excited to see how that's going to come out here in the near future. To make sure we don't miss them, we have a couple of taxiing aircraft, including this Reno Air 737 right here for American. This guy's out to Los Angeles after coming in today from Philadelphia. And far over there, we have that 737-800. This guy's out to Denver, Colorado today and came in earlier today from Tampa. So looking really good over here. And let's transition into, we have some interesting light on D. I think we have enough time to wait to see if the sun comes out. So what I'm going to do is start with these taxiing aircraft, and then we'll head over to C. Delta Airlines Airbus A320 is currently taxiing in from Minneapolis, St. Paul as well. This guy came in earlier today from Portland. Southwest Airlines 737-800 came in from Omaha, Nebraska today. This guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to Amarillo. And at Aeromexico Connect, Embraer J-190 is currently taxiing in after a nonstop flight today. This guy came in from Tijuana. Now, I'm super sorry that I got more comments on the previous update that I just read the comments for telling me that I botched it bad. That was the second to last update that I botched it bad on, so I apologize, but now we're hopefully in a better place with that. So he's doing the turnaround, by the way. Boutique PC-12 is making the EAS service in from Lincoln, Nebraska, and this guy's going to be continuing on a new EAS service for us today, and that's going to be to St. Louis, Missouri. So yes, you're probably wondering why. It's such a high demand route that they want at least one carrier to have EAS service on it, even though there's literally like thousands of seats, thousands of seats a day offered on that flight. So what can I say, but there we go. So kind of crazy stuff, but there you go. Maybe thousands would have been a little bit of exaggeration, but probably near that number. So pretty good stuff right here. And here's the Southwest Airlines concourse. So let's get started. We're going to start from a different perspective to kind of make it look cool, because I know I always go on the other side of the aircraft. So why don't we do it like this? Terminal C is looking great. There hasn't been any like major changes here or anything, although the custom facility proposal is still in place. So we'll see how that goes. But for the moment, here we go. Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 is currently coming in from Houston Hobby today, and this guy's continuing out to Baltimore Thurgood. This 737-700 came in earlier today from San Antonio and continuing out to San Diego. A 737-300 loading up with a nonstop flight today over to Burbank, and this guy came in earlier today from the Reno Tahoe International Airport, one airport that's growing significantly in real life and also in the universe. One airport that's not growing as much is this 737-800's destination. This guy came in earlier today from Islip, which that's not the destination, so keep that in mind. But this guy is heading over to San Francisco, which it's not necessarily like not growing in this universe, but it's been tough because of gate space and everything. So that's kind of what's been happening as of late. So that's kind of what's going on there. A 737-700 is pushing back with a nonstop flight today over to Los Angeles. And this guy came in earlier today from Ontario. So both very close destinations. Sorry about that rip in the paper. I didn't realize it was that bad. So we looked at it from this perspective. But the 737-800, that's a little better, I guess. I don't know. This guy's making the nonstop flight today in from Nashville, and this guy's continuing out to a brand new destination, Seattle-Tacoma International. Since this angle is cool, let's get the JetBlue Airbus A321. This is the Knit MEO configuration with the streamers tail. This guy's taxiing in after a nonstop flight in from John F. Kennedy. This guy's continuing over to Anchorage, which is a new JetBlue service. Yes, not Alaska, but JetBlue is operating that first. So that is a statement, and there's quite a bit of unfulfilled demand on that service. So that is why JetBlue's hopping in with a Mint NEO, which is an interesting thought. I'm not sure how well those passengers are willing to pay up for a service like that, but hey, you love to see it. Here's an Arizona 737-700. This guy's loading up for a nonstop flight today over to Sacramento, and this guy came in earlier today from Fort Myers. What I love about Southwest's operations here is you'll literally see planes going from coast to coast. It's really cool. Another example, that's going to be the 737-700. This guy's coming in from Washington National Airport. This guy's continuing over to Fresno today. California 1 Boeing 737-300 is loading up with a nonstop service today over to Tulsa, and this guy came in earlier today from the Chicago Midway International Airport. This 737-700 is loading up with a nonstop service out to Spokane, Washington. Very cool service right there. This guy came in earlier today from the Jacksonville International Airport. That was another example of it. How about that? Next up, this Lone Star 737-700 is currently loading up with a nonstop flight in from Columbus. This guy is continuing today over to Houston Hobby. And lastly, for the moment, I think there might be a couple over there taxiing. We have a 737-700. This guy's making a nonstop service today and from the one and only Dallas Love Field. This guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Indianapolis. Breeze Airbus E220-300 loading up for a new nonstop service today. This guy came in earlier today from Phoenix, which is a cool new nonstop for Breeze. I think they'll do pretty well with that. This guy came in earlier today from Charleston. Sun Country Boeing 737-800 is making a new nonstop for them as well for the seasonal service to Cabo, which is a very cool service. This guy came in earlier today from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Allegiant Air Airbus A319 is coming in today from St. Petersburg. This guy's going to be loading up for a non-stop service today over to Fort Lauderdale. Now, I didn't realize how close St. Petersburg was to the actual city of Tampa. It's actually pretty close. It's not that far. So really, if you fly Allegiant in St. Petersburg, you're really not missing out on too much. So that's pretty sweet. And this Airbus A319 is coming in from Destin, Fort Wadden. This guy's continuing today over to San Diego. Taxiing into the gate, we have the Allegiant Air Airbus A320. This guy's taxiing in after a non-stop flight today in from Harry Reid International, Las Vegas. This guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Austin, Texas, Bertram International. Frontier Airbus A320neo. This is Colorado the Bighorn Sheep. This guy's loading up for a non-stop service today out to Las Vegas as well. This guy came in earlier today from Raleigh-Durham. JetBlue Airbus A320 in the high-rise tail is currently loading up. This guy came in earlier today from Los Angeles, and this guy's going to have the non-stop service today. I thought I gave him an obscure destination. I think I may have sent one to Austin, so we'll send one to Austin. If not, I apologize. JetBlue Airbus A321 with the balloons tail. This is a Neo, of course. This guy's making the non-stop flight turnaround actually only to Boston. They do a couple turns out of here, so it works pretty good. Spirit Airlines Airbus A320 is loading up for a non-stop flight today over to Minneapolis, St. Paul. That's a new service for them. This guy came in earlier today from Myrtle Beach. And waiting for a air stairs, this Airbus A319. This guy came in earlier today from Fort Lauderdale, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today out to the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Getting a nice head-on shot of this Hawaiian Airbus A330-200. This guy came in earlier today from Honolulu, of course. Market that's filled pretty well. I know American has it, but I believe Delta and United have yet to add those services to their network. So it'll be interesting to see when they do. But for now, we have Hawaiian and American. So like I said, out to Honolulu. Excuse me. JSX Embraer EasyJet 145 taxiing in. This guy's coming in from Steamboat, which has really became a stellar service out of Kansas City, which has been really cool. They are doing that daily now. This guy came in earlier today from a brand new destination, and that it was, I thought it had a different one, and I think I accidentally forgot it, so I apologize. But we'll say this guy's coming in from Nashville. Interesting service at the very least, with all the other airlines that are flying that. Alrighty, we have a Cessna 310 and a Cessna 172. Both are aircraft that are waiting for actual hangar space to open up, so they're hopeful to get some new hangars. Stay tuned. And as of right now, we have our three private jets right here. We have two Learjets and one Embraer 300. Left Learjet, orange livery, is coming in from Jacksonville. This guy's continuing out to what would be a cool Oshkosh. And then we have the Phenom 300. This guy came in earlier today from Van Nuys, and this guy's continuing on to Denver Centennial. And we have that blue Learjet 75. This guy came in from Albany, Georgia. And this guy's gonna have the non-stop flight today out to, I'm trying to think the most obscure city I can think of off the top of my head. I guess San Diego, Montgomery field, but that wasn't really very obscure, so there we go. The Silver ATR, of course, is making the, 42 that is making the non-stop service today on the, 6 state leg. I need to come up with a name for that. Maybe somebody suggested one at this point, but hopeful to come up with a name for that. And an AHA Embraer EasyJet 145 is making the non-stop service out to the Reno Tahoe International Airport. Alrighty, here we go into Terminal D. Let's get started right here with this United Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Her Art Here California livery. This guy's a non-stop service out to San Francisco today and came in from Washington Dulles. This American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER is taxiing out for a non-stop flight today out to London Heathrow. This guy came in earlier today from a new service, Beijing, which is a really cool service. I'm surprised that American's choosing to operate that, but you know, we don't have any, like, I'm not sure if China Airlines or who would be the operator of that off the top of my head, but we don't have anybody operating that, so he's heading out to Beijing. New service, you'll love to see it. Alrighty, here we go. So, beginning right here, we have the Avianca Airbus A320. This guy's lining up for the turnaround out to San Salvador today. And an Aeromexico Boeing 737-800. This guy's also coming in from Cancun today. And this guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to Monterrey, something like that. The Volaris Airbus A321neo is taxiing into the gate. This guy's making a non-stop service today in from Guadalajara. This guy's gonna have the continuing service today out to, let's go with, did I get Tijuana? Not for Volaris, I don't think, so he's heading out to Tijuana. This Volaris Airbus A320, I'm sorry that's a little overexposed. That looks a little better. This guy's making the lighting, so it's hard for the camera to adjust to what we are seeing. This guy's making the nonstop service today in from Mexico City, and this guy's continuing out to Cozumel. I like Cozumel. That's a cool service for Volaris. A very popular one at that because nobody else is competing with them. A little sneak peek of the next aircraft, but there's the Volaris Airbus A321neo. This guy's currently Vita Aerobus, excuse me, golly. This guy's coming in today from La Paz. This guy's continuing today out to Chihuahua. We'll come back for the taxiing lineup, even though I kind of spoiled one aircraft. There we go. A Sunwing Boeing 737-800 is loading up right here. This guy's making the nonstop flight today in from Montreal and continuing out to Toronto. Two WestJet aircraft. We have a 737-700. This guy's making the, if I can get my darn chair around here, this guy's making the nonstop service today in from Halifax and continuing today out to Winnipeg. And this 737-800 is making the nonstop turnaround out to Toronto. Air Canada Boeing 737 MAX 8, I should say. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Toronto and continuing today out to Montreal. Airbus A220-300 is loading up for the nonstop flight today out to Halifax and came in earlier today from Ottawa. And this Rouge Airbus A321 for Air Canada is currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to Phoenix today. That was a really cool service introduced in the previous update. This guy's going to have the flight in earlier today from Calgary. Air Canada Boeing 787-9 is currently loading up over here with the nonstop flight today in from Toronto Pearson International. This guy's continuing out to Los Angeles, another new service that they've started there for the inner US stuff, which is pretty cool. So I think they're going to do pretty well with that. Now the lighting's a little bit backlit, so maybe if I give you guys like a cool portrait view, this would be the best way to show all these aircraft. Maybe I could put it like this, but honestly, it doesn't look as bad as what I would think. So hopefully this is okay. It's probably better than that other angle, so we'll roll with this. Air India Boeing 777-300ER is coming in for the nonstop service in from New Delhi. This guy's continuing out to Stillwater, Oklahoma. If you guys don't know the meme, definitely check out some of the previous updates. But pretty much, long story short, we thought it would be cool if Air India operated to such a small airport, and there we go. This American Eagle EasyJet 175 on the behalf of Republic Airways is coming in today from Montreal too, and this guy's gonna have the continuing flight today over to Houston Intercontinental. Volaris Airbus A320neo is currently making the nonstop flight today in from hopefully I say this kind of right, Mazahan, something along those lines. This guy's going to be now continuing over to Monterey as well. Monterey, something like that. Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-88 currently taxiing out with the service today out to Atlanta. And this guy came in earlier today from Memphis, a very cool MD-88 route. SkyTeam Boeing 757-200 also came in earlier today from Cincinnati. This guy's going to have the continuing service now over to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Did I put like I thought I put like 3 Vita Aerobuses in here, but there's only 2. Here's the second one. This guy's coming in today from Cabo, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to something along the lines of Culican, something like that. I know I can't pronounce it worth a crap, so this is going to be the problem when I make the Sandel Cabo Model Airport, is I'm going to have to spend hours learning how to pronounce this stuff, but surely I'll be able to at some point. Alright, lighting kind of backed off. So here is the Viva Aerobus. And here's Air Canada, several of the Canadian carriers making the taxiway, or Mexican carriers too. But here's the Airbus A220-300 retro livery. This guy's making the nonstop turnaround out to Toronto because they have several of those. This CRJ-200 for United Express is currently taxiing, getting ready to take off here at the intersection. This guy has a nonstop flight today out to Appleton, Wisconsin. And this guy came in earlier today from Savannah, Georgia. American Airlines Airbus A319 is taxiing out for departure. This guy has a nonstop flight today out to Mexico City. This guy came in earlier today from the likes of Knoxville, Tennessee, which is getting some a few weekly mainline services, which is pretty cool. Here's the stunning Star Wars Boeing 737-800. This guy's currently taxiing out for a nonstop flight today. This guy came in earlier today from Portland, and this guy's going to have the continuing service. I don't know why there's so much demand in Portland, which is pretty interesting, but this guy's heading out to Fort Myers nevertheless. And getting ready to take the runway after the small United, we have the Qantas Airbus A380. This guy's currently holding short of 3-3 right. This guy's the nonstop service out to Sydney today. Massive aircraft that looks so cool, and I'm very glad to have it in today's airport update. Spirit Airbus A320 got the punishment of having to taxi over here. This guy's kind of making the non-stop flight today in from Las Vegas, and this guy's continuing out to Houston Hobby. And American Airlines Airbus A319, once again, this guy's taxiing out for the non-stop today over to Las Vegas by Harry Reid, and this guy came in earlier today from Philadelphia. Also, bad miss on my part. I missed 3 GA aircraft currently holding short. These guys are all going on a formation flight, believe it or not. So we have a Challenger 300, Cessna Citation, and a Cessna 172. A little unrealistic, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something different with those boys, so let's do that. And since we have a good angle, here is the British Airways Airbus A380-800. This guy's currently slowly lifting off the ground because I have the wobble problem because my wing broke and I put it back in there and it won't like stay down. So let me show you. So if I try to put it down, it refuses, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And again, the wing broke off, so that's why. In fact, I can show you guys. That's what it looks like. So the British Airways A380 is officially crashed on the runway, and he's going to be getting emergency attention here pretty soon. But no, in all seriousness, it's supposed to go on Nitro. Alrighty, here we go with the additional aircraft over here at the heavy hard stands. We have a Qatar Airbus A350-1000 in the One World livery. This guy came in earlier today on the one of 2 daily services from Doha. Very excited to get the 333 in the next update. Sorry that it took so long, guys, but the massive unboxing and the pre-recording is the reason for that. But the next update is going to have so many new planes. Here's a Lufthansa Airbus A330-300. This guy's trying to load up with a not loading up. He'll be loading up for the Munich flight here in a little bit, so you'll love to see that. And at Emirates Airbus this is a Boeing 777-300ER, sorry. This is the second daily flight. They have 2 daily on Saturdays during this time of the year. I'm surprised they don't have more. This guy's currently making more in terms of, what was I trying to say? Weekly frequencies. Anyways, this guy's making the nonstop in from Doha. We have various aircraft over here at the penalty box, and since the lighting's good over here, we'll knock these out. Got the American E319. This guy's outbound for Chicago O'Hare. That explains why he's in there. I got the Embraer Iridium 145. This poor guy's trying to make it up to Detroit, but he's struggling right now in that morning service. Air Canada Express Embraer Iridium 175. This guy's trying to make a service out to St. John's today on a Saturday only, but unfortunately the weather's also poor there. And the United Airlines Boeing 737-200 in the Evo blue colors. Just trying to make it a nice simple flight out to Houston, but unfortunately they're dealing with severe weather down there right now as well, which is quite unfortunate. On short final, we have the Qatar Airbus A350-1000 in the normal livery. This guy's currently on short final, but we're only 3-3 left. This guy made the nonstop service in from Doha, a very long flight, and he's going to get refueled, recharged, and he's going to be heading back after the current 1000 on the ground, the One World livery loads up. But really cool to see double 35Ks here this month. That's really nice. Alrighty, here we go. Swoop Boeing 737-800 is currently taxiing out. This guy has the nonstop flight out to Winnipeg after coming in from Abbotsford. So Abbotsford. Hopefully I said that kind of right. So there we go. Continental Retro Boeing 737-900 is currently taxiing out for departure. This guy made the nonstop flight today earlier in from Houston, and this guy's continuing today out to Newark. Yes, a little ExoJet got sent over here. The Cessna Citation X is currently waiting to take off. This guy made a nonstop service in from Las Vegas earlier, and this guy's continuing out to Sacramento. Alrighty, KLM Boeing 777-300ER. This is a fantastic looking airplane from NG. Sorry, just trying to get that camera to fix. This guy's making the nonstop flight today, of course, in from Amsterdam. He'll be heading back up there here in a couple hours. I don't think I got the Aer Lingus, so here's the Airbus A321neo. This guy's coming in from Shannon and continuing over to Dublin, of course. Hopefully we can make it through with all this lighting because it looks so nice. TUI Boeing 787-9. I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. This guy's coming in after a nonstop flight from Manchester. He's going to be heading back out there here in a couple hours. Let me know in the comments which destination you guys like to see TUI fly to next, and we'll see if they can vote on that for the airport. Turkish Boeing 787-9. This guy's currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to Istanbul, and he's going to be heading back out there, looking really nice. ANA Boeing 787-9 in the R2D2 livery. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Skylys Airport, and is going to be heading over to, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the destination, Tokyo Narita. Also, I'm super sorry that I forgot the routes for the United aircraft. Hopefully I had subtitles for those. That was completely my fault. I got so orientated on the list, and then I couldn't see the, her routes are at the bottom of my sheets. That was my fault. I need to move those up. Lufthansa Airbus A340-300 just got pushed back. The tow bar is just getting removed. This guy's making the non-stop flight today out to Frankfurt, Germany for us today. Really cool. They're switching between the 330 and the 340 on that, and hopefully new aircraft to come here in the future. If you guys know the flow of the 33s or the north flow here at Great Plains, you guys know why this UPS 747 is currently taxiing in over here. This guy came in earlier today from Louisville. This guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to Anchorage. Korean Air, Boeing 787-9 is currently getting ready to taxi out here in a few minutes after a non-stop flight in from Seoul earlier. He's been on the ground for about 3 hours, and he's going to be heading back out there here in a few minutes. But the deal here is, if you're here more than 2 hours, you're probably going over to the hard stand because these gates come in and out really quick, especially during the peak time like right now, as you guys can clearly see. Royal Jordanian Boeing 787-8 is currently loading up with the non-stop service out to Amman today, and he's going to be heading back out there. He's only about an hour and a half turnaround, which is pretty quick, to be honest. Another quick turnaround includes the JAL or Japan Airlines Boeing 787-9. This guy's continuing back out to Tokyo and Narita today. They get him out of here within 2 hours, so that's pretty impressive, I would say. And currently getting ready to push back as the, what aircraft was coming in? Oh, you guys will see, or no, I'm sorry, it was that Qatar that's landing is getting ready to take the gate. I set this all up and I always forget while I'm filming what's doing what. But we had the Qantas Airlines Boeing 787-9. This guy's waiting for a pushback tug, and I think it's going to be from that Lufthansa. They're going to try to race him over here, so the Qatar doesn't have to wait very long. They'll probably end up sending him all the way around the terminal before they can park him, even though he literally could just pop off right there and come in, but they need a tow bar to push this guy back. This guy's currently waiting to push back with a non-stop flight today over to Sydney, Australia. And this guy came in earlier today from Melbourne, which is really cool. So Sydney on a double daily there. That's really awesome. Melbourne also once a day. They do the ABC for the 787s, which is really cool. And also, in real life, you wouldn't have the tow bar issue. I just thought for this update, it'd be kind of fun. But I'm definitely looking to gain more GSC, even though it takes hours to set up. At some points, the luggage loader is definitely the hardest one to set up, but the catering trucks and fuel trucks go pretty quick. Here's an example of a catering truck on the Icelandair Boeing 757-200 in the Hekla Royal livery. This guy's currently coming in after a non-stop flight today in from Reykjavik, Keflavik. This guy's going to be heading back out there. I don't think Icelandair is going to be serving anywhere else. Maybe they will. Let me know in the comments what you think, but for now, that's what we got. And we have the Emirates Airbus A380 currently making the non-stop flight today out to Doha today, or Dubai, excuse me, there we go, on the second daily service, so you'll love to see that. And the British Airways Boeing 747-400 is making the one of still 3 daily services out to London Heathrow, which is super impressive. Now, American right there only has one on that flight, which is pretty interesting. But hey, there's quite a bit of demand here to London, especially with all your connecting traffic, so it makes sense why you have so many. UPS Airbus A300 freighter is currently coming in from Greensboro today. This guy's continuing out to Las Vegas. Harry Reid. Taxiing off the runway, we have the stunning United Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This guy's doing the reciprocal of the 787 we saw previously earlier in the video. This guy's making the non-stop flight today in from San Francisco and continuing out to Newark. And then let's see if I can pop over here and keep working on some of these mainline planes. Alrighty, American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This guy's coming in from Seattle today and continuing out to Miami. And Airbus A321's taxiing in. This guy came in earlier today from Houston, and this guy's going to be continuing over to Seattle. Airbus A220 for Delta 300 variant. This guy's coming in from Seattle too, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to Houston makes the most sense, even though I'll try to expand on my A220 routes going into the future. Mesa House Livery CRJ-900 is currently taxiing in. My headphone wire got caught. I apologize. Super sorry about this. There we go. Mesa House CRJ-900 came in today from Amarillo. And this guy's continuing over to, let's go with Tucson. Embraer ERJS 175 coming in from Omaha, Nebraska for Republic today. And this guy's continuing today over to Columbus. Delta Airlines Airbus A321, the thank you livery. This guy came in earlier today from Atlanta, or just now coming in, I should say, and continuing over to Boston Logan. And here we go with our ramp aircraft. These guys are currently just waiting for their next flights. CRJ-700 is going to Aspen. Airbus A319 is going to Dallas. Airbus A320 is going to Dulles. 737-900 is going to San Diego, I believe. And the DHL 737 is going to Cincinnati here in a couple hours. Came in earlier from Miami. Here's a brand new for now, I should say, makeshift military ramp. They're looking to expand this, but they want just a little area at least for aircraft that are stopping by and all that. So nice to get to have this in here. So we have a McCauley KC-135. This guy's currently doing some training routes and continuing up to Lincoln, I believe. And we have the C-130 right here. This is a Dice Air Force Base. He just made a nonstop in from Dice and is heading back out there here in a few hours. We have two Chrome American Airlines aircraft over here at the hangar. The 737-800 is going to be continuing over to San Diego in a couple hours, and the MD-80 is heading out to Charlotte here in a bit. This DC-10 is currently getting the routine maintenance done there, and he's going to be heading back to the skies here in a few days. Yes, he was in the last update, but they're still not quite done with him. I'm not sure what this Thai 737-400 is doing over here. It looks like to me that they're talking in private about something. I'm not exactly sure because this is quite an interesting location for him to be right next to this hangar. But they're doing some private talking, it seems, so he's talking private right now, I believe. It came in a last update, so we'll see what happens with him going forward. Primary Boeing 737 to kick off some really nice lighting for our cargo right here. You'd love to see it. This guy's making the service in from... I'm trying to think of a cool primary destination because I know they're building warehouses left and right. Let's go Fort Alliance Airport. This guy's continuing out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. D767-300. I saw one on eBay. Hopefully I get it, but this is getting recorded. I think today's like October 23rd, so no clue if I end up getting it. But this guy's making the flight today out to Houston. It came in earlier today from San Francisco. MD-10 freighter is currently coming in. 5 FedEx planes in a row. This is going to be quite nice for my feeder, or not feeder, my express fans, I should say. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Memphis and continuing back out there. Here is a flight in from Great Falls, Idaho, and continuing back out west Oakland. A 767-300 is doing it overnight after coming in from Indianapolis. This guy's continuing out to Las Vegas. MD-11, glad to get this in here today. This guy's coming in from Houston today and continuing over to San Francisco. Very neat route, to be honest. In this Airbus A300, the round out today's airport update is currently making the nonstop flight today in from Lubbock, Texas. And this guy's going to have the continuing service today out to the most random city I can think of is going to be Syracuse, New York. There we go. Very nice. Really cool route to get to see it right there. To round out today's airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed this update. I thought this one was really good. Great way to kick off our 2023 updates for Great Plains. I'm really excited for what's to come. We have the new expansion going on right here. I do want to get a full matte portion for this. I just don't know what I want to do yet because I don't want to like think, oh, I want to change the design, but I can't change it because of the constraints. So I'm trying to decide what the best way to do it would be. Perhaps I could get a matte that's just all gray, like that little section right there, if you will. Put it all over it, I'm not sure, or maybe I'll just make something. I'm not completely sure on that, but hopefully I'll be able to do something soon. But Great Plains looking really nice. I hope by next update to get 1 or 2 more fold-up tables because let me come way out for you guys. Ignore the cat. The cat's sleeping well and nicely there. I could do stuff over here in this corner. I could do stuff over here. Here's a 0.5 so you guys can really grasp how big it is. Here's the size of my hand. So obviously you have several fold-up tables. You have, I don't know why, it's so weird filming an update in this perspective, but nevertheless you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe I could do one there, maybe one here, and then possibly I could even do 4 or 5 more. Really, I think the next expansion is the next terminal. I'm not sure who's going to take the cake on it because, as you guys can tell, a solid portion of my collection's out here, but I still have plenty. I have plenty of Americans, so they could get another concourse. Southwest really could have a full concourse, to be quite honest, as you guys can see. Enough low-cost carriers for them to have a full concourse, too. And really, after that, the problem is, like I have 100 Chrome planes probably at this point. Not that might have been a little bit of exaggeration, but there is several there. So from there, I would think maybe like Alaska Spirit JetBlue hybrid terminal or something. I'm not sure. And then I have plenty of retros up there too, but I don't want to get this too retro orientated. So really, really cool update though. I thoroughly hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm really excited to see what's to come going into the future. Excited about the expansion and definitely interested in what your guys' thoughts. Let me know what kind of innovative designs you guys would like to see or new stories or anything. This airport's worked really well. You know, it is a massive airport. I probably have, let's see here. We're going to take some estimates. So I think there's probably 40 gates here. There's 10 here, so that's 50. I'm going to take a solid guess. There's probably about 30 to 40 there. So I'm going to go with, we'll be nice and say 40 here, 50, 90 gates. Oh God, that was way over that. That's another 24 gates. So that's 1, 4, 15. And then there's like another 25 over there. So what, yeah, about 150 gates on this, which is ridiculous. And there's probably about 200 out here, I would say. That's a guess. I mean, there might not be quite that many, but there's a solid number. There's probably 150 to 200 models out here. So, but it only continues to grow. While it's massive though, it's been really fun. I'm glad you guys have really enjoyed it, especially for my international viewers. That Terminal D is probably of huge interest. So I definitely hope to expand on that going into the future, and I'd love to expand into new regions. I hope that the San Del Cabo model airport's hopefully getting somewhere at this point. Hopefully I've spent some time on it over Christmas break. And I would really like to do like a small airport in the UK or something sometime, but I feel like that would be pretty cool. I have some heavies, but I need to expand my narrow bodies before I can do that, or something just to really get some new groups going. My biggest audience is from Europe, so outside the United States, of course, so maybe a Europe airport would be really cool. Even if it was fictional or something, just that would be kind of cool to get to represent. So we'll definitely see, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. But at least Great Plains really encompasses my full collection in its entirety quite well, and I'm really glad to get to represent it here. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe a retro Great Plains update one day. That would be really neat. I don't quite have the international fleet, obviously, to do that, but in terms of the domestic sector, I'm really starting to get there to where I can make like a mini, like have Great Plains as what it was back in 2010 or something would be kind of cool. I don't know, or back in like I know I said it was built in 2010, but we could change up the storyline, say that this airport was built. The compliment to the MCI airport back in the 90s, like as a fictional storyline, have like these two concourses be that, and get to represent all the retro planes. That would be kind of fun, but that's a little far out there. We'll see, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nevertheless. Really enjoying Great Plains. I hope you guys are as well. So with all that being said, that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.